Alrighty, welcome to our Vintage Cube, and no artifact week, I have to tell you, is done. We did 5 drafts. We didn't draft artifacts a single time. I did first pick Academy one of those times. And here, I'm going to first pick Soul Ring, which is kind of nice because Urza Saga is a decent second pick for Fats here, though leaves a Johnny, Wheel, Memory Lapse. Maybe this Ugin comes back to me. It's not impossible. Look, I'm not saying I'm going to draft artifacts, but Soul Ring's a pretty good start to it. Oh, and I got to take Force of Will here. I love LED, you know that, but I will take Force. Even if Dark Poet Bill knows I'm taking Force of Will, what are you going to do about it? Cut blue? Good luck. I mean, they still can, but I think Force is just too strong of a card to pass up. Past LED to go with that Saga. The Breach combo, a lot less good now, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not getting anything back here. Maybe Time Warp. But I'm going to start with Soul Ring and Force of Will, which is a nice place to start. And let's see where we go from here. There are some options. The person who takes Wheel of Fortune might take LED and have like a nice start to like a Breach Wheel combo deck. Meanwhile, I'm over here looking at this Caracas. Blue-Eye Control, anyone? Wheel this Ultima? It's that, or like I could take Inquisition, but Soul Ring's not that good in blue-black. I think Caracas is a very good card. Even though, you know, the cube has a lot of combos in it, Caracas is still just very strong. And it's also not committal at all. Plus, if the Fats took the Ajani, I don't really want to pass Caracas. Good cards here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I think these almost for sure. And then maybe Heritage Reclamation or Jewel. Maybe Sedgemoor Witch comes back. Well, I guess we'll have to see. But this is a pretty reasonable start here. Obviously, tons of ways I could go. Not really committed to a whole lot. Well, I'll just take a Remand and continue that trend. Passing a Mother of Runes and a Giver of Runes, as well as a Torsten and a Mystical Tutor. Mystical Tutor's a pretty good one, but I'm happy enough with this start. This is a start to a nice blue-white control deck, though I don't even need to be white. Caracas is a fine colorless card. And having Remand Force of Will early is not bad. And then here, oh, okay. There's a Tezzeret to go with my Soul Ring. I don't think I'm going to do that. There's Thassa's Oracle and there's Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm just in for Snapcaster. I do like Oracle, and Oracle Consult is very strong, but this is start to a really good Snapcaster deck. I mean, something like Blue-White, where if I pick up like Oust, or even Blue-Red, pick up Bolt of various kinds. I know I just passed on Holy Heat. And here, oh, there's a Mind Twist. Is it time? All right, I'll take the Mind Twist. Passing a Ketria Triumph, Blood Tithe. I mean, Talisman of Progress could potentially be good here, but I don't see a reason not to take Mind Twist. And then here, there's Suspicious Stowaway, Lotus Petal, Sunfall, Enduring Innocence. So I don't have much that's taking me into a non-blue direction. I have a Caracas and a Mind Twist. This is not looking like the best Lotus Petal deck, but also if I end up in combo, it is. Also, I think Lotus Petal is the best card here. I mean, Infernal Grasp is a totally fine card. It's good with Snapcaster. That's tough. I think I still just take Lotus Petal. I don't know. It's so much less replaceable. And then here, I could just take him to Turok. We could just be start to blue-black. It's that or like Leyline Binding. I'm happy enough taking him here. And then, wow, Memory Lapse Wheel. The Hallowed Fountain is nice too, though looks like I'm trending a little more towards blue-black. I'm happy that Memory Lapse Wheel. How did that happen? I don't know. Sunken Runes would have also been really nice, but I'm not passing a Memory Lapse. And I also don't feel that committed into playing black. So maybe the Petal pick, maybe the Infernal Grasp will end up being better, but I just think that I wasn't so sure I was going to play black, and Petal is a kind of a busted card. I could Time Warp here. Blue cards are good. Time Warp's actually kind of nice with Force of Will because you can pitch it when it's not good, and then when it's good, it's very good. It's that or taking Bone Shards, but I'm not the biggest Bone Shards enjoyer outside of Reanimator. Just 2-for-1ing yourself isn't really what I want to be doing. And you know what? Petal can help cast my double black spells, and it's good with Mind Twist, so there's that. But, I mean, if you look at this right now, I'm mostly blue. Oh, I'm going to take her. I love her. Oh. Not only am I obsessed with her, it's also great with Caracas. I don't mind missing out on Sedgemoor Witch. I just don't put Sedgemoor Witch combo in my deck very often. I'm not saying if I had Sedgemoor Witch and Chain of Smog, I wouldn't play it. More that I don't typically draft to make that combo work. So, and then here, I mean, I could take Tracker. This could be like a Sultai deck or blue-green splash Mind Twist. I don't mind passing a late Sunbaked Canyon. And here I guess I will take Sculler because I could be doing that. I don't think I'm going to play Rain of Filth. It seems like not the direction I'm going. So I have Caracas and Sculler kind of in white, Tireless Tracker and Uro in green there. And here I still think Boseiju is a very strong card, so I'll take it. And then a last pick, Hildebrand Mandeville. That's also a decent white card. All right, well, let's see where we're going here. Oh, it's an ugly pack. So going into pack 2, it's like Ancient Tomb, Ragavan, Fallen Shinobi, Sensei's Top. None of these options are particularly good. I might just take... God, Ragavan is so bad here, though. Is it crazy to take Bob or Fallen Shinobi, or at that point, should I just take Sensei's Top? I've got a couple white cards and a couple green cards and a couple black cards. I don't really know what my second color wants to be all that much. I don't want to first pick any of these cards. Like, the best card in the pack's Ragavan, but it doesn't seem very likely that I'd run it, so I'm like hate drafting a Ragavan. That seems so useless. I think I'm just going to take Sensei's Top. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but Sensei's Top is a pretty good card. And then here, I think I like One Ring more than Library, especially with Soul Ring and Time Warp and Forceful. Yeah, those are all really good. Library is good with those cards too. Well, not as much Time Warp, but it's good with the other two. But I'll also take One Ring over Opal, Breeding Pool, bunch of elves. All right, well, this makes me a little more likely to want to play green because Uro One Ring is a really strong combo. Here, I think I'm just going to take Dismember. It's so good with Snapcaster. Passing the 2 Bolts and a Brazen Bar, Reprieve, Ocelot Pride. So a lot of white cards here. And then here, oh, a little Snuff Out. It's that or Subtlety. I did just pick up Dismember, but Snuff Out I think is quite a bit better. So I'll take that. And I don't think I want to play the white cards, and I don't think I'm that likely to play the green cards. But I guess, once again, we'll have to kind of figure out based on what else shows up here. And then now there's a Deep Cavern Bat. Yeah, I guess no real reason to stop taking black cards here. And over Planisphere and Caustic Bronco, late Pest Infestation, but I really like Deep Cavern Bat. All right, I guess I would have preferred to take Fallen Shinobi over Sensei's Top, given the way this has ended up, but I also just kind of like Sensei's Top. It's a decent card. If I get a Dark Confidant back. The other thing is, I think Dark Confidant and Shinobi, one of the two, I think have a decent chance of coming back. Here, I could take Skull Clamp. I don't have anything to go with it right yet, but if I end up with Lingering Souls in my deck, like I could have Inroads into Black-White. Also, what else am I going to take here? The next best card is just not even close. So I think I just spec on the Skull Clamp, even if right now I don't have as much for it. Here I just take Preordain. Blue cards for Force. I think it's better than Skydiver. This does not so much look like an Imperial Seal deck. Also a Black-White land, but Preordain's excellent. Go with my Snapcaster Mage. Brutal opening pack though. That was unfortunate. Okay, so I've got a Skull Clamp that maybe does something, maybe not. Colonnade and Dig Through Time. Well, this is kind of an excellent Dig Through Time deck, but I love Celestial Colonnade. I'm not considering Gemstone Mine. This is not really a Gemstone Mine deck so much. Yeah, this is close. I don't have a white card yet, but with Skull Clamp, it seems a little more likely I might want to have them. I'll take Colonnade. I feel like Dig and Cruise are pretty easy to pick up, one of the two. And here I take Bob. I just didn't take an 8-drop too. I have some expensive cards, but I also have Sensei's Top, and I have Skull Clamp to get rid of Bob. So that's not bad. I still did end up in a kind of medium Soul Ring deck. I guess it's great with One Ring and Mind Twist and Time Warp, but it's not so good with a lot of the other cards I have. It's good with Skull Clamp, I suppose. Okay, so could use some more lands here. I also have, if I end up in white, Sculler and Hildebrand Mandeville, which are both totally playable. I could have taken Concealed Courtyard, but I also think that I could just be blue-black, so I'm not stressing too much. Oh, now there's a Breeding Pool. It's a powerful land, and I really, really do like Uro. But I could also just take in Dothatrium, which is a black-white land, and also provides green. Yeah, I guess that's true, though Breeding Pool is a stronger land. Yeah, I'll still take the Triome here. I don't have that many tap lands. Oh, Reprieve, nice. That was a nice payoff for taking the Triome. And then here, I'm not playing any of these cards. I don't think I'm even playing Pillage. I think I just hate the Cradle because it's like the most powerful. Oh, Caustic Bronco. Nice. All right. And then here, I think the Oddity is generically more powerful. All right. There's another blue-green land if I care about that. All right. So I'm kind of like Esper mid-range going into pack 3 here. And looking for, I guess, a little bit more creature. No, I've got Skullclamp, a Snuff Out and Dismember. A little bit of life gain would be nice. I guess I do have outs to be 4 colors. I have a Indotha Triumph and a what's it called, Botanical Sanctum. So that Uro could maybe get in. Here I'm going to take Swords to Plowshares easily. I do like Mystic Confluence. Swords to Plowshares is so good. And it's insane with Snapcaster Mage. And it's a little bit of life gain for that 1 ring. Sometimes, well, I don't have very many big creatures, but maybe I'll plow a Colonnade. Ooh, I'll probably get Urtai or Seachrome Coast back, because I think Troll, Bauble, Othari, Confluence, Itali, Necromancy, Mind Collapse, or Blazemire Verge are pretty likely to go, so feels like I got some goods coming. And then here, there's Demonic Consultation, the same direction that I am passing, that I passed Athasa's Oracle, but it was early enough that I don't have any strong reasons to think that Fats necessarily took it. And I might just take Arid Mesa here. It's a black-white land and hopefully can get better over time. I think that's better than taking Ponder and Teferi. I'm just going to take the Mesa here. Now, oh, there's a Shieldred. Shieldred to 1 ring is pretty strong. It's good with Soul Ring. It's kind of good with Skullclamp too. And with Force of Will. All right, I do like Lose Focus, but I have 3 2-mana counters. This is the spot where I don't mind a Shieldred. I like Malcolm too, but I also have like Life Loss from like Dark Confidant and Bronco, so I'm in for Shieldred here. Could use some more lands though, that's for sure. Mostly blue-black lands. I don't have any actual blue-black lands. I guess if Arid Mesa can find a blue land to get, then it'll become that, but okay. And here, I feel like this is a pretty solid setup. I mean, I've got some of the things I look for, like free counter magic, disruption, free removal or cheap removal, some counters. Like I have some decent card advantage with the 1 ring and the like Bob and Caustic Bronco. So I would say I have moves here. And then here, I'll take another fetch. I wanna make my deck's mana functional, and I think that's more important than Fatal Push. And I'm not really a Vamp or Limdual's Vault gamer, not this deck. I am passing some good Oracle Consult stuff, so that could definitely end up going wrong. I just thought a fetch land was way too important for me. And what are the odds that Fats versus John Livingston even took the Thassa's Oracle? I don't think it's like 80-20. I think it's probably closer to like, if one of the two took it, which it might even be someone else, I wouldn't see why it's like too different than like 50-50, slightly more. Like Fats had the first choice, of course, but I don't know if they took a Johnny or something like that, there's just no chance that they're taking that. Though it's less likely they took a Johnny given they passed a late Skullclamp. And then here, all right, here there's a Brain Freeze to go with that LED. There's a Shieldred's Edict, I guess a Savai Triumph. I don't really need that with Indotha Triumph. I think I'm just going to take Cogwork here. There's also a Doomsday to go with that Oracle. Cogwork, and then, well, I think I'm just going to use the Cogwork because getting a blue-black land, even a tapped land, is, I think, too important. So, and I think Mana Leak is definitely better than Consult the Star Charts. I think just a blue-black land for this Verdant is going to be too good, so let's do that and hope that it works out all right. This is a nice Tidebinder deck. There's Chain of Smog. Deathrite Shaman is nice, but with just 2 fetches, I'm not like loving that. There's also Cut Down, but I kind of like Tidebinder. This seems like a pretty decent spot for it. Soul Ring is nice with Tidebinder too. And then here, I don't think I'm playing any of these things. I guess I could just hate a Yogwill. Yeah, sure. And then here, oh, Troll came back. I thought Urtai was going to come back, but Troll is still pretty good. It's a blue. It's under City Sewers. I can also shuffle with top. It's also castable. It's a 6 for a Caustic Bronco. The Urtai is also pretty nice. I think I'll just take another piece of fixing, and then here, oh, a black-white land seems nice too. I have a lot of tap lands. I don't like that, but yeah, what can you do? And then here, oh, a Talisman or a Mentor. It's kind of a nice Mentor deck, and it's good with Skullclamp. All right, I guess I'm in for Mentor. This isn't like the best Talisman deck anyways. The Overgrown Tomb doesn't particularly help me mana-wise. I guess I could just hate Wishclaw. And then here, I'll take a Lush Portico. I have some green fixing, but I don't think enough to run Uro is my guess. Right now I have to I think I cut the Lotus Petal. This ended up not being a Lotus Petal deck. Not that I'm really, Infernal Grasp isn't going to do much. It's almost like better to just hate Lotus Petal. I've got a bunch of counters. Oh, Pinnacle Emissary with Skull Clamp? I don't think that's going to quite make it. It's not completely far off, but no, not good. I also could just not play the Skull Clamp. It's good with Mentor, and it's okay with these 1-toughness creatures, but I feel like if I need to cut cards, like I'd rather just maybe have a Sculler here. Last pick Cogwork. That card always eventually goes last pick, I guess. All right, pretty simple build. I'm not playing Clamp, Hildebrand, or Petal. So I'm going to win most of my games with like Apocalypse, Shieldred the Apocalypse, or Monastery Mentor. A bunch of counters, card advantage. They did take, our opponents did take Oracle Consult, so we're going to have to deal with that, I suppose. And yeah, I would say a solid deck. This just doesn't look like a Lotus Petal deck. Lotus Petaling out Bob or Bronco is something, but, and I guess One Ring, is this a Petal deck? Right now I'm at 16 lands plus Soul Ring and Troll. I'd have to cut a land for the Petal. I don't really want to do that, I don't think. All right, talking to my team, I think overall Petal probably worth the risk. So let's see. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black. I have pretty close numbers, so I guess I'll take out a swamp. All right, and let's take a look at what my teammates have, because they got some nice ones. So we'll see here. All right, so Paul Chinas has Gleemox, Ruby Timewalk, and 5 fetch lands. Mire, Strand, Marsh Flats, Vista, Wooded Foothills. And it's just like a sick 5-color deck. A lot of cool stuff. Chaos Defiler, Fracture Identity, Othari, Pest Infestation, Omnath. Yeah, this deck is sweet. John Livingston's got a sick one too. He got the Urza Saga, so the Fats did take a Johnny, but then went into Oracle anyway, I guess. Has Sapphire, Jet, Outcome, Displacer Kitten, Baubles, Urza. No Academy, but a lot of good stuff. And then Henry Morehouse here has a Flash deck with Drain. I'm going to play the Imperial Seal that's currently in the sideboard. Cold Epiphany, Archon Sin. Some cool stuff. All right, let's get in there. All right, I'm on the play. Any turn 2 One Rings? All right, this hand is definitely solid. I get to go turn on Undercity Sewers, then go into Mana Leak. I've got Arid Mesa to go get a black-white Surveil land maybe. And then hopefully I just go Counterspell, Removal Spell, Tidebinder, and a Shieldred to kind of wrap things up there. That's a decent way to go about it. All right. Let's go Undercity Sewers here, and I'll bin the Swamp. I don't think I need to keep Swamp on top here. Island, I guess, would have been closer, but even then, I don't think I really want to keep it. Okay, blue-red land, and they milled Island. Let's see what I draw here. Colonnade. So here's the decision. If I play Swamp, I'm leaving up Mana Leak. I think I do that, and then if I play Arid Mesa, I'm still leaving up Mana Leak, but I really want to crack Arid Mesa to get Shadowy Backstreet, the white-black Surveil land. So if I do end up using Mana Leak this turn, which I'm not going to do that on a Dragon's Rage. Oh, into a Mox, nice. I could snuff out the Dragon's Rage here. I think I'm going to, though I do have a Tidebinder I can block with, so maybe I just let this be. Take my turn. All right, let's just play the Arid Mesa then, because I want to leave up Tidebinder and see how this goes. I don't mind not being able to necessarily cast Shieldred next turn. I think that works out okay. So attacking first. I think I just take the 1. I don't need to do anything about this quite yet. No plays. All right. Crack Arid Mesa. Get in Dotha Triome. Draw, and let's go Shadowy Backstreet here, I think. Tide Hollow Sculler. All right, I don't mind that one on top. Be nice to land Tidebinder this turn on something relevant. And then next turn I could pick a fight this way, but I don't think I need to do that. They have Thassa's Oracle mana, and Tidebinder's really good against that. All right, let's play Sculler here. And I'm fine if this doesn't work, but I would like to know what I'm playing against. All right, Sedgemoor Witch, Chain of Smog, Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. So I could take the Brazen Borrower. I can play Sedgemoor, Chain of Smog, Oracle Wheel. If I don't take Brazen Borrower, they can bounce the Sculler end of turn. But then they're kind of forced to do it. I think I just take the Brazen Borrower, pass the turn here. Okay, are they going to go for something? Oh, they don't have double black, so they can't go for the Chain of Smog combo. I mean, I like where I'm at. If I draw a land here, I can play Shieldred. That is funny. I still will play Shieldred, I think, because they have these plus one card. It also makes Wheel of Fortune kind of uncastable for them. And I'm going to hit with the Sculler. If they have an instant to try to make Dragon's Rage a 3/3, I have Snuff Out anyway. All right. If they didn't draw anything to play end of turn, I like where I'm at here. If they drew something that would force me to interact, they could technically win on their next turn, or at least make infinite tokens. Let's see what this is. K command on the Lotus Petal. Yeah. And I guess what I'm going to do is, I guess I memory lapse that. Because that way they can't Chain of Smog me next turn. And if they want a Wheel of Fortune with a... Oh, that's funny. I memory lapsed. I should have done it not in response to the trigger. I should have let the trigger resolve first, but then they kept it on top. So I guess that's fine by me. What is their play here? Kill that and discard a card. Okay. So they're going to have, I think I'm going to let them, I'm just going to discard the Snuff Out. And then they have Brazen Borrower. They still can't attack. Draw island, gain 2 life, play land, attack for 4. They get to Brazen Borrower end of turn. It's not clear what they're getting to do off that, though. We'll see. Dragon's Rage. I mean, they could wheel away all their combo pieces. I'd be okay with that. If they even have a land. So they have these 4 cards exactly in hand. They're surveilling. Yeah, I thought about cracking the Petal, but it didn't seem like that's what I wanted to do. Earlier when I played the Shieldred, Petal was so much worse than a land there. Not only it exposed me to K command and just goes away after I use it. So it's like it just didn't work out. But I think this is actually okay. They're under a relatively fast clock here. They kind of need to... They kept the card on top, so they keep a Black Source or Demonic Consultation, I guess. The Witch. I think I just mana leaked the Witch. Okay, they can hit me for 3. That doesn't really bother me. Land would be nice here. Let's see. Okay, because then I can go Shieldred and then leave up Tidebinder here. They can't wheel anymore with Shieldred in play. They can Mystical Tutor. Oh, they're going to Mystical Tutor for Consult. All right. Well, luckily for me, it's not going to work out for them. They can't Chain of Smog either. They have to go for Oracle Consult. So I'm going to let Oracle resolve. In response to the trigger, they're going to consult. I'm going to let that resolve. They think they're going to win. And then I'm going to Tidebinder the Oracle here as my last card. I did want to draw a land. I will say that. Tishana's Tidebinder, ladies and gentlemen. What a nice card. Shieldred to put the pressure on and force them into doing this, and then Tidebinder to stop the whole thing. All right. Well, I will say that Lotus Petal does seem good in this matchup, and I'm glad I didn't pass that Wish Claw. I did pass the Oracle Consult, but hopefully that doesn't cost us too much. I'm probably not even going to side a whole lot in. It's not even like the removal spells are that great, but they can stop the Sedgemoor Witch combo at least. And I do have a bunch of hand disruption. I think this matchup's not too bad. Actually, this matchup's got to be good. I have Force of Will, Tidebinder, a bunch of hand disruption. I don't think I can keep this. It's tempting, but I would need a much better reason. I'll keep this. And I think I put Snapcaster back. And hopefully they don't have too fast to draw here. Oh, that's always a nice one. All right. Undercity Sewers. I'll graveyard the swords. I don't think swords off the bat is something I want. I have enough removal in my deck that I feel like I'd be okay without it. Next turn, I draw a white source, I can just play the Sculler. Kind of. Shadowy Backstreet. Mana Leak. And I'll play Soul Ring here. Pass the turn. Consult the star charts. Okay. I guess I should have actually just cycled this before surveilling. Do I want to draw Mana Leak? Let's see. If I just cycle... Yeah, I should just cycle, actually. And I think just get basic Swamp, yeah. Because what I want to do is play Sculler and have mana up. Oh, that's not bad. But let's just go Sculler here. I'll have to wait on the top. And like I said, get a sense of what they got going on here. What's this K command? Oh, Hole Breacher. I think I memory lapsed that. I don't think I need to force it. Wheel, Mystic Confluence. Thassa's Oracle. They can't combo me next turn. I kind of think I just take the Wheel. The Wheel seems like the most dangerous of those cards because of Hole Breacher as well. I don't really want to Force of Will the Hole Breacher here because I do have a decent amount of removal in my deck. They could upkeep Mystical for something, but now that the Wheel's gone, but they did not. All right, pass the turn. I think I'm going to upkeep Spin Top. Okay, Snuff Out is a good draw here. I think I'd rather just draw Snuff Out, and I will attack here for 2. Pass the turn. And they can play Hole Breacher, and I think I'm gonna just snuff it out now, because if they end up picking up a land, if they draw a land here and they Mystic Confluence, it's just not great for me. Okay, they can tutor and they can go for the Consult kill. They didn't. They're gonna hope to draw a land here for Mystic Confluence, I guess, or a relevant spell, I suppose. All right. Let's spin this top. Caustic Bronco. Sure. I want to get this into play before they end up with 5 mana for Mystic Confluence here. If I knew I was finding Snuff Out, I might have not taken the Wheel of Fortune, but I didn't know at the time. K command is actually going to be pretty annoying here. Just in general, that card's very good. And unfortunately, I'm a blue card short of having Tidebinder plus Force. Every turn they don't Mystical, like now it's gotten worse. Now if they didn't draw a good card, that last draw step was really big for them. A land would have let them have Mystic Confluence and then they could try to fire that off in a turn. They didn't draw a land. If they drew a good spell, that's one thing. Okay, they just passed. Okay, I'm just going to spin top. So I'll draw the Shieldred. Unless they're Mystic Confluencing me now, which would be completely reasonable. Bounce this, draw 2 cards. Okay. Well, now I'm going to spin the top again. And I guess I could just play Bronco, leave up Tidebinder. Or do I want to slam? They drew 2 new cards. I could slam Shieldred and, let's see, they're 16. I'm going to hit them to 14. They draw to 12. So they're not just dead if I play those 2, but they're pretty close. And then I have to use both of these, but it kind of uses their turn. If they have 2 counters, I'm dead anyway. So yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Draw. I think I want the island. It's a little awkward because I'm going to be tapped out into an obvious Oracle kill, but I think I just need to put as much pressure on as possible. Gain my 2. Might as well. Okay, smash for 2. I'm just trying to make it look like everything's resolving super fast. Okay. And Oracle, Consult, and if they have it, they have it. Okay. Force you. I mean, I didn't just tap out to be dead, so hopefully they don't have anything else here. So now I'm going to draw top, hit them with these things, and then they have to find a way to deal with this squad. I'm going to draw top. Top card's a land. I think that's fine just to Bronco the land. Okay, they go to 6 here. Play top, spin. If I find a counter, they're just dead. Well, Mana Leak's my top card. All right, land, go. Mana Leak may not be the counter I need, but it's probably pretty good. Yeah, turns out the Force of Will Tidebinder, here, I'll let that one resolve. Force of Will Tidebinder discard counterspell deck is pretty good against the combo deck. And I mean, I have Sculler and Bat for hand disruption plus him and Mind Twist. So 4 of those. Mana Leak, Memory Lapse, Force of Will is incredible. Tidebinder, very good too. And a reasonably fast clock with like a Shieldred. So this is kind of a dream matchup. Snuff Out against Hull Breacher is just an incredible exchange. Dragon's Rage Channeler is fine. Still have lethal. I also potentially have lethal with Bronco. All right, time for round 2. Playing against Quinniac. I'm on the draw and he's playing Boros with normal Boros stuff. Kind of think I just mulligan this hand. All right, I will keep this and put back Indotha Triumph. Yeah. This is about the same hand, but at least this one has more lands. And I lead on Shadowy Backstreet because I need to have Reprieve up. I'm going to bin Sculler. He's got a lot of removal in his deck. I don't have a lot of creatures. Okay. Okay, we take those. I mean, the first hand might have worked out if this was going to be the opener, but still, my hand's probably still better having mulligan there. Okay, reprieve that thing. Okay, I need a little action here. Shieldred and Tidebinder. Okay, so I can go land, and what I can do here is just Tidebinder the Stormseeker, and by Tidebindering the Stormseeker, well, if that's what gets played, I think what I'm going to do is just block with the Tidebinder. If he's got a bolt, then so be it. But if he has a bolt, then he still kills the Tidebinder either way. All that would have saved me was a couple damage. If he doesn't have bolt, oh, Pyrokinesis. All right, I guess I'm in for that. Land. Let's bat here. Clear the way for Shieldred, maybe. Carnage Interpreter and Goldspan Dragon. Huh. All right, well, I'll take Goldspan. This actually worked out okay, even though I don't really like Carnage Interpreter either. Oh, Mentor Swords? Okay. Let's put these both on top. Let's pass the turn. It's going to play land. Carnage Interpreter. Elvish Spirit Guide. It's going to give the Carnage Interpreter Menace. Sure, crack a clue. Or a +1/+0 and Menace. I'm going to Swords the Carnage Interpreter. And then next turn I can play Mentor top. Or I can play Shieldred. I think I just slam the Shieldred. And I get to play Undercity Sewers here. Put this on the bottom or in the graveyard. Hit for 1, gain a life. All right. And this will punish the clues pretty nicely. So if Quinnipiac doesn't draw an answer to Shieldred, it's going to do the Shieldred things and end the game fairly easily. Oh, definitely taking it here. I'm at high enough life that I do not need to lose my Shieldred to a cheap burn spell. Ooh. Let's see. I think I'm going to send for 5 here. Getting my bat abraded. All right. I'm going to need to mana leak that Goldspan. Let's just go Mentor. The Storm Charge Slasher is not going to flip because I'm not playing 2 spells, but mana leak on the dragon seems pretty nice. And he doesn't know about the top, so it's not obvious that I'm not playing a top for some reason. I can still mana leak Goldspan here, even with a land. I'm going to start with the name sticker. Oh, no. That's brutal. Okay. Well, I can't mana leak the Goldspan. So I guess I'm going to have to mana leak whatever comes next if there's something else. Name sticker was unfortunate. I could have mana leaked the name sticker, but then that wouldn't have changed anything either. So I'm going to take some damage here. All right. Yeah, I'll take it. Go down to 4. Kind of want Quinn to play something. All right, Screaming Nemesis, because now I get to mana leak it and make a token. So Quinn's effectively at 10, and I can attack for 6, 7, 8, 9. So if my top finds anything, oh, that's a spell. All right, so let's go Sensei's top, Trigger Prowess, Memory Lock the Sensei's top, Trigger Prowess, and boom. All right, well, I just really needed Quinn to have another spell there, and it worked out. Okay. I don't really have much of a sideboard. Do I want Hildebrand Manderville? It's not that bad. Might be better than some of this Hand Disruption or a Dark Confidant. It's probably better than Dark Confidant is my guess. It just gives me a little bit of card advantage, and it's similar. It's still a 2-mana 2/2. It's about what Dark Confidant is. All right. So game 2 on the draw. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll run this one. Quinn not having a 1 or 2 drop was obviously huge. I can't really count on that all the time. Okay, let's Shadowy Backstreet. We're looking for Swords, Snuff Out. Is Caracas good? They have a Johnny. That's about it. And that's not even that good. All right, I'm going to graveyard that. Basically, the reason is if Quinn plays a creature this turn, which I think there's a pretty good chance of that, then if I don't have a... it's a legend. That's really funny. Let's just go Caustic Bronco here, and we'll keep a counter up after this if this works out. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of ways this doesn't. Oh, only hit 4. Okay. All right. Still not very good. I think I'm pretty dead here. It's Preordain. Mana Leak and Reprieve. We're no longer the season for those. Bottom. I can't even have Remand up. Sure. I mean, I'm just dead here. I haven't actually drawn anything this game, but honestly, with this start, there's not much I could draw. I don't have any sweepers, so this matchup is tough. Much like the first matchup, I think was pretty good for me. This one's pretty bad for me. I am just dead here. If game 3, I just have good disruption. You know, draw swords or snuff out. I have a good counter on 2. Could definitely win, but on the draw in particular, like I think I got lucky to win game 1. I mean, he just didn't have anything. All right, yeah, we're done here. No real need to continue this farce. All right. And let's just go to game 3 here. Yep, on the play. Let's roll. Definitely a matchup where I want Lotus Petal. All right, on the play. Oh, I could also draw Soul Ring. Well, this hand looks good. I'm going to go turn 1 Reprieve. I don't think there's a reason to play Petal here. Turn 2, turn 1 Colonnade, turn 2 Reprieve. Oh, Currency Converter? God, that's so brutal because this Mind Twist now doesn't really work. All right, I'll play my Bronco. Oh, yeah. I just think that when they have a converter out, Mind Twisting them is just so pointless. Oh, I'll play my land. I'll play my Petal because keep my mana up. And then I wanted to play my mana sources before attacking because if Quinniac had like a land cycler, I could attack and land cycle into the converter. That would be pretty annoying. Hildebrand Manderville. Nice. And I get to keep mana out for it and it doesn't look suspicious. All right. Let's just pass the turn. I will say, though, this is not the biggest Boros beatdown draw. Turn 1 Converter, turn 2 use it. Like, I feel okay about all this because I've got Tidebinder. I could have Tidebinder the Converter, but it feels like countering whatever gets played here would be better. Oh, and doing nothing. All right, I'll cast Make a Zombie. I'm going to get Pyrokinesis, I guess. Okay by me. And then I can still play this as an adventure. Though what I'll probably end up doing, pitching Manamorphose, sure, is if I don't draw a land, well, if I draw a land, I think I go land go here. I could twist for 4. Then Quinniac is on just converter making things. What I kind of want to do is pass. I think I Tidebinder this. This way it doesn't draw and the converter loses its abilities. Oh, okay, well, I did get to counter that still. Problem is if I just spend all my resources and I Mind Twist here, I feel like it doesn't really accomplish much. Okay, I can reprieve this. Okay. And you can still use Converter, but I have Dismember. All right. Oh, look, Mind Twist being terrible again. I mean, if I Mind Twisted there and they put 3 cards under Converter, that just isn't that spectacular either. So, Caracas. So let's go land, play Hildebrand. I'm not playing this Troll because I actually think that's kind of not what I meant to do, but that's okay. I kind of think I want to cast this Troll. I guess we'll see. Cracking Clues. Converter, make a treasure, and play a Johnny. All right. I mean, I guess I can Caracas Mind Twist that thing if I want to. Let's just draw for my turn. Or I could Caracas Sculler it. Bounce. Sculler. And I think I just, because I have Colonnade here and I didn't draw anything, I think I cycle. If I drew the land that turn, that would have been fine, but I'm going to cycle Troll. Play Shadowy Backstreet. All right, I'll keep Preordain on top. Pass the turn. I'm going to get out card advantaged here. I need to find a One Ring or Shieldred pretty quickly. Okay, Stormseeker is going to haste itself. Could attack with everything now. Just attack with those. I guess I block, or actually I'm just going to double block the Stormseeker. I lose the Sculler, and then I can Mind Twist the Ajani. Yeah, that seems fine. The Stormseeker is going to be pretty annoying, so I'm okay doing this. Let's cast Preordain though. Bottom. Yeah, I'll keep Swords on top. Mind Twist you for 1. And it still makes a 2/2. It's pretty annoying. Pass the turn. The nice thing is I can block here and then just cast this as a 2/2. So honestly, I got soloed by Currency Converter. Like I could have Mind Twisted and would have gotten rid of the Carnage Interpreter, but it would have put 4 things under the converter. Didn't feel like I was in a position to beat 4 2/2s. And not that I'm in a position to beat all this stuff either. But we'll see what Quinn has. I'll block this, I guess. Take it. And end of turn. Boom. Cast, make a 2/2. Hildebrand? Doing some work here. I will say that. One Ring, Shieldred, any other thing? Land. I could attack with Colonnade and still play Hildebrand. That's probably worth doing if I want to try to win this game. So yeah, let's do it. It's kind of a disaster if my Colonnade dies, but I don't think I'm attacking with the zombie. Play this, and then it's a 3/3 zombie now. Okay, convert away. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to need some kind of decently high impact card to win this. All right, I go to 4. I still get to cast this later. And then Fable is the last card. Yeah, Currency Converter really doing work here. Draw any 1 rings? No. I think I'm dead. I can cast, let's see, I can cast this. And then I can cast this. And I can have Caracas plus Plow Up. So, not technically dead, but Quinniac at every point has had access to way more cards than I have. I mean, my main source of card advantage is either One Ring or Shieldred to like end the game. And I'm not seeing either of those, so it's just going to have a lot of action here. Okay, let's go. Block, block. Sword of the Fury. No real point in bouncing the Hildebrand. I'd rather just trade it off. I will say that Hildebrand was good here, even if I am going to lose this. Just infinite gas here. And Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, I guess I can do this. All right, Snapcaster. Swords to Plowshares. Currency Converter still making a 2/2. Never question Currency Converter ever again. Hildebrand, though. You got to admit, Hildebrand was doing some work here. Because I'm just going to be able to play it again. And Figure of Destiny is not quite able to get flying this turn. I think I've cast Hildebrand like 4 times now. It's pretty good. Can I deck Quinn? No, I cannot. There we go. Goldspan Dragon. Finish this off. Yeah, that was tough. Currency Converter has its moments. All right, round 3. Playing against another Boros deck, unfortunately. Yeah, this hand is actually fine, though. I get to go turn 1 Cycle Troll. Probably getting Shadowy Backstreet, and then turn 2 Backstreet plus top, though I guess if I draw an untapped land, that could do something different. All right. Let's get Shadowy Backstreet. Or I could just get Swamp and play Bob. Let's just get Swamp and play Bob, actually. Bob's good, like, exactly now. Oh, Force of Will at some point could be great. So let's just get this in play, and it at least takes their turn 2 to kill it if they want to kill it. That last game was tough. I could have mind twisted on 4, and I would have gotten rid of the Carnage Interpreter and then Holy Heat. But then I would have had to play against a bunch of 2/2s. I still think I would have been in trouble, though maybe I should have done it the other way. I would not be surprised. All right, let's go Colonnade, Sensei's top, and pass the turn. I mean, this is going to just be a shielded 1-ring game with Forceful back. This is the kind of hand I need to beat Boros. Grind him out against Currency Converter did not work so well. But maybe I should have just twisted. I wanted to shut down the Converter first, but them having Unholy Heat really didn't make that work out. If they didn't have Unholy Heat, I don't think it would have been terrible. Because, sure. Spin the top here. Hold on. I think what I want to do is spin in response draw. This gives you full control over the spin. And then here, I guess, oh, that's funny. What am I going to play next turn? I guess I don't even need to play the top next turn. So I can go, all right. Lauren comes in, does nothing. They probably should attack with Raven Inspector here. Yeah, they did. It's good play. Reveal Indotha Triumph, draw Snapcaster. I'm just going to slam Shieldred and pass the turn. And I have Force to protect it, which is nice. And then next turn, 1-ring. Yeah, so going back to last round, if I go twist for 4, they discard all those cards, make a 2/2 end of turn, untap. I don't know what they play. They can make another 2/2. And if they draw a spell, play it, and I have nothing in play. On the other hand, if they didn't have Unholy Heat, they'd play 1 card, and then I'd get them. Yeah, I'm going to Force to protect it. Shield is just my win condition, so I don't really want to give it up, especially since with 1-ring, it just goes so hard. Be nice to find Caracas. So what I might do next turn is, well, never mind. I was going to use 1-ring first before deciding, but I guess to try to hit Caracas, but I guess that's not really how it's going to work right now. Okay, I revealed the top, of course. Gain 2 life. Land. Attack with Shield. I don't really want to give up Bob, especially since I'm going to have a lot of life here. Okay, chump with Raven. Makes sense. 1-ring. Draw, gain 2 life. Ooh, Tidebinder's nice too. This is the kind of deck where Tidebinder's good. You probably see me cut Tidebinder a decent amount of the time because in combo decks, I feel like it's not as good. It's at its best in like control / mid-range, especially like a tempo control deck, which this deck isn't quite that, but it has a lot of, Bobs and Broncos and Deep Cavern Bats. Those are the kind of environments where the Tidebinder tends to be pretty good. They do have Parallax Wave in their deck, which is kind of annoying. Tidebinder doesn't do great against Parallax Wave. It can stop 1 exile, like remove 1 counter, but that's about it, because they just exile again. And if you have the Tidebinder and the wave, it can be pretty sick, because you wait for the wave to fall away and the last trigger to go on the stack, and you wait and you Tidebinder it, and then nothing comes back. Okay, let's see if they have removal for Shieldred. Okay, they had the wave. No. Now I would say I was gonna block Bob, but all right. Take 1, good at 20. Draw some cards. Time Warp, interesting. What do I want to play here? I don't really want a Time Warp because I kind of want this wave to go away. Let's go Indotha Triumph, Sensei's top, pass the turn. I think most likely what I'm going to do is cast Remand this turn. It's possible I Tidebinder. It'll kind of depend what their play is here. Headliner Scarlet, yeah, I'll remand that, I guess. I'll spin top after. I'm going to draw all the cards in my top 3, so Figure might as well wait. Go to 18, then I'll go to 16. All right, I think I can outlast this wave. Oh. Yeah, all right, that's money. Yeah, it is money. So I go to 16 here, and I think I'll use the one ring again. I'll treat myself. Draw 2 more. Land. Soul ring. And I could also tidebinder my own one ring at some point here. So I think what I'm going to do, oops, I'm going to leave a blue mana here. Actually, I guess what I should do, if I'm going to cast Preordain, so let me just cast Preordain first. Let's see what I've got. Monastery Mentor. Oh, I really like that. Okay, bottom, top. So now I can play Mentor and have Mana Leak up. I could also Time Warp here. Yeah, let's just Time Warp here. We don't need to take any risks, I don't think. And then I'm going to draw with top. So I guess I'll spin first. The reason I want to draw with top is I want to be able to play top next turn. Oh, I don't need really any of these because I only have one white source, then it's going to get used, but because I want to be able to go Mentor plus top. So I go to 13 now. Oh, I guess I was supposed to do it during upkeep. All right, whatever, I'll discard that thing. Draw top, Mentor, play top. And I think draw a card with top, and then tap the one ring. They can Parallax Wave the Mentor if they want. All right, play Caracas. I was hoping to draw another land. Play top. Okay, and then I've got to discard 2 cards now. I'll discard probably Caustic Bronco and Undercity Sewers. And I've got Tidebinder to counter my own one ring ability, and it makes it lose all abilities, so pretty good chance I want to do that. Yeah, Lorining is good here. It's a good play. Bronco, Undercity Sewers. I guess Snuff Out? I don't know. I could have discarded Sculler there as well. And I think, given that I'm not going to tap the ring anymore, I think I upkeep will probably Tidebinder it. They have 5 cards in hand, one of which is Headliner Scarlet. And I just have to make sure I don't lose to my own one ring. Guide of Souls, okay. Flame Tongue Kavu. All right, well, let's reprieve that. And I mean, it's also possible that this Mentor is going to be able to win the game fairly quickly here. Yeah, I might not even need the Parallax Wave to go off. End of turn. Let's just draw with top. Untap. This triggers Tidebinder. Target that. They can Parallax Wave my Tidebinder if they want. Top, trigger all these. I also have Swords to Plowshares that I could maybe save to try to get some good value with. Let's see, do I have another swamp? Yeah, I do have another swamp. This Verdant is live. Play Verdant, play Sculler. So Flame Tongue, Headliner Scarlet, and let's see what else. Bombardiers. All right, I guess I'll take Bombardiers because it's cheap and also a card I really don't want to see. And attack with these. And if they double block Mentor, I think that's fine. I don't really need to do anything. If they take it, I can plow to make them take 13 or dismember, but kind of like just having double counter up. Block like that, huh? All right, and use Loran, I'm sure. Oh, pedal? Pedal to the metal? All right. All right, Lotus Petal definitely better than a land this game. Here, I'll yield to Mentor. I should have done that a while ago. Okay. And pass the turn. Parallax Wave goes to 0, but I don't think Parallax Wave is going to go away this game. I think I'm actually going to win without it. So Mentor also a pretty good win condition. All right, I mean, this is what this deck is trying to do for sure. They can now cast some of their things, but if they draw their Mana Crypt, they have a Mana Crypt in their deck, this matchup be a lot tougher. Like if you look at their hand, these are all cards that are really good with Mana Crypt, but that's not going to happen this game. All right, Flame Tongue Kavu. Let's go ahead and Mana Leak that. I mean, that should pretty much end it. Yeah, indeed it does. Okay. Yeah, once again, I want Hildebrand in my deck against Boros, I think. And I think I can take out the Dark Confidant on the draw, especially. All right. Let's roll. All right. On the draw. Yeah, you run this on the draw. I mean, I don't have any untapped lands, but tap land into tap land plow is okay. And then I have Memory Lapse, Tidebinder, all those things. Let's play Colonnade because if they don't play anything that I want to plow, then I can preordain. If they play something I want to plow, I can do that. Whereas Indotha Triumph only lets me cast that, though it does open the door for Sculler, but if I draw an untapped land, having up Memory Lapse is fine too. Yeah, don't like this. Don't like this. So they must have just drawn the Mana Crypt. That's a bummer. All right. Untapped land gives me a decent start, though, because now I have Memory Lapse, and I also have Swords. I see. Okay. So what I think is going to happen here is I'm going to take 3 off Copter. Wow. I had Cathar Commando, huh? Yeah, so they clearly drew Mana Crypt last turn, because otherwise they would have played turn 1 Copter or turn 1 Commando. It's like impossible for it to not have drawn the Mana Crypt. What can I do with that information? Not much. They drew Mana Crypt on turn 2. It was bad for me. Maybe Memory Lapse this. They could also crew first, Broadside Bombardiers. Yeah, I got a Memory Lapse here. I don't really think it's gonna work out great for me if I don't. Jeez. Yeah, I'm getting too far behind. So they hit me for 6. If I draw a land, a black or white land, I can make some moves, I guess. Oh, they chose to loot because their last card was Skyclave in hand, and they just wanted to discard it to draw one. All right, so now I could Tidebinder. I have Swords. I think I'm just going to preordain here. Put these both on the bottom. Oof. Not working out. Island. Play Hildebrand, and I think just get run over completely. It's just not going to happen here. I mean, they get to play Bombardiers. They get to trade. Basically, they get to play 2 spells a turn. They played 2 cards on turn 3 and 2 cards on turn 2 and turn 3. And I'm playing like 1 card a turn, basically, because like a preordain doesn't really count. So not really a good way to do this. I take a million. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to get too far behind here. Don't think even a 1 ring off the top will do much. Well, man, that's a Mana Crypt for you. All right. On the play. I think ready to just roll. All right, I would like to play first. So I can turn 1 Cycle Troll, and I can get either blue-black or black-white. Probably black-white. Then turn 2, I play a tap land, and turn 3. This hand doesn't seem like it has much of a payoff. Yeah, this is a lot better. I think I'm just going to go turn 1 Bronco? No. No. Maybe. They don't have very many 1-mana removal spells that I've seen. Maybe I just put back top and I just play turn 1 Bronco off Lotus Petal. All right. I don't think I'm going to have too much time to waste on the top here. Petal. And then I hope to get a couple of cards out of this. Don't kill it, please. Okay, Guide of Souls does not kill it. Oh, I drew Soul Ring? Okay. Things are looking up. Shadowy Backstreet. Sure, I still have an Endotha Triumph to get with that if I want, but I'll Shadowy Backstreet. I'm going to put that on top, actually, and I'll play Soul Ring. And now I have turn 3 Shieldred with Caracas up to protect it. I do like that. I do like that. No Mana Crypt, please. Mana Crypt Flame Tongue. B. Okay, Smuggler's Copter. That one's not so scary. And they correctly don't attack. So I can't attack with Bronco, but Shieldred here with Caracas to protect it is a pretty nice one. Copter also gets a lot less scary when they have to pay 2 life to loot. And next turn I can go Gentleman's Rise plus Hildebrand. The only issue is if I want to leave Caracas up, I have to sack this to get Basic Swamp, and I'm locking myself out of blue mana, but I can see what I draw. And Parallax Wave's still a scary card, for sure. But barring Parallax Wave, it feels like this Shieldred's going to cause some pretty big issues for them. At the very least, gain me some life, drain them a bunch. And can't get lost it. All right, we are getting in with the Smuggler's Copter. Acceptable, I guess. Oh, Bombardiers too. Oh, Death Greeter. So we're going to hit for a lot. All right, and gets a Guide of Souls trigger as well. All right, well, it'd be interesting to see if they loot here. Wouldn't be surprised if the answer was no, but they are looting, which is good. That means their hand isn't... If their hand was like good enough that they didn't need to loot, they would definitely not loot and pay 2 life. It's not free here. But if they're looting, that's a good sign. The Thraben's a pretty good card. I don't like seeing that discarded. All right, I go to 12. Then I go back up to 14. Oh, and I drew Reprieve. So if that's the case, I can just go Verdant. Attack for 4. I need to be punishing them with Shieldred nonstop. And then I have Gentleman's Rise plus Reprieve plus Caracas. And I can even sack Verdant to go get Undercity Sewers if that comes up. Okay. So I'm not going to need Caracas right now. So I'm going to get Undercity Sewers first. Surveil. Graveyard. Reprieve that. Reprieve it, tapping the Caracas, because I need to leave mana up for Hildebrand Mandeville. So what I need to find in my next 2 draws, plus I get 1 off Bronco if I want, is a counterspell or a discard spell. If I don't find those things, it's going to be pretty tough to win this game because of the Parallax Wave on Shieldred. But okay, and then no plays because they're at low life. So let's go Gentleman's Rise. Whoop. Okay. Time Warp's interesting. So how does that work? Land. I can cast Hildebrand too. Make this a 3/3. This would be a 4/4. So if it gets crewed, it's a 4/4. So let's say I go Hildebrand, attack with everything. To kill Shieldred, they go crew double block Shieldred, and they take 5, and I Time Warp and kill them. They could eat, and then, but then this is tapped. They take 4 down to 5. Then next turn, they have 1 blocker. They have to block Shieldred. So I actually think it works to, well, I should cast this first. I think it works to attack with everything here. Is that right? I guess they could, this first strikes that, this eats that. They take 4 down to 5. The next one attack with both. Yeah, and if they double block Shieldred, they don't, I kill both, I just kill all their things. They take 5 down to 4, and then the Time Warp kills them. Okay. I even have a Caracas, which further obfuscates things. I get to reveal, it'd be funny if I revealed a Tidebinder. They could have coptered, and now Tidebinder actually makes that really awkward for them. Not that I want to use it because I want to cast Time Warp, but I think I got this one. Time Warp. Hey, you got to give credit where credit's due. Time Warp is, one of those cards. It's in the bottom, probably 20% of the cube, maybe bottom 15%, bottom 10%. I don't know. It's a card that can be really good, but it's kind of expensive and clunky. A little bit like Treachery, for example, but without the payoff of Upheaval, which is just wins the game. That said, it's being really good here, and I've had it be good in other decks. Like, there's a reason it's still in the cube, and I think it's good when you're looking at cards to cut to remember the times that they are good, because that goes into it too. Like Hildebrand Manderville has been excellent. I almost wish I just played it, though part of it is that I played against 2 Boros decks. Yeah, I'm letting this get crude because I got bigger fish to fry. I don't want them to untap and get Parallax Wave into play. Okay, so I'm going to eat my 2 things and go to 5. That is acceptable. And then they're not going to loot here, I would imagine. Well, they could. They have an answer to Shieldred, so I don't know what looting gets them exactly, but... Okay. First strike, that dies. Regular damage, that dies. And then Time Warp. And now they're at 5. They have to block Shieldred. They go to 3 here. And then they go to 1 off of the Shieldred trigger. And I think that that's pretty good. And then they still get to Parallax Wave here. And pass the turn. I guess I could actually cycle because I can still Tidebinder and Caracas. So it's not keeping me from doing anything like that. Oh, I guess if I was going to cycle, I should have cycled first. I always talk about when other people do that, but yes, it is definitely an issue there. So now they're going to play Parallax Wave. It's going to resolve. I think I might still be okay here. Let's see. So if they Parallax Wave the Shieldred, I think I respond by Caracasing the Shieldred. Okay. They do get to gain a life here, but not enough to get them to the thing they want to do. And they're going to attack with Guide of Souls. Passing the turn. So end of turn, let's see. If I go Caracas the Shieldred, they could just let that happen. There's no real reason to do that. I could dismember Guide of Souls or Descendant of Storms. I have a Tidebinder. They don't know, but they don't know about the Tidebinder. I could bounce my Hildebrand Manderville and then just cast Gentleman's Rise. End of turn, and then they flicker to Shieldred. I've got a zombie. They flicker the zombie. I cast Hildebrand next turn anyways. I'm just deciding if that's worth it. Because if I just pass, they're going to flicker us down to 4. I could Tidebinder to burn one of them. That doesn't seem like the best idea, but I guess the Caracas burns another one. All right, I'll just take my turn here. Upkeep, they're going to Parallax Wave. They should, just to cost me 2 more life, because they have to do it anyway at some point. And I think I bounce it. And let's see if they Parallax Wave it again. Okay, they did not. draw. If I draw a land, I can just play Shieldred and not have Tidebinder up, which I think it doesn't really accomplish as much. So let's just pass the turn. And I've got Tidebinder plus Dismember up. And I might end up Tidebindering their... I'm probably going to want to Dismember the Guide of Souls at some point here. And then Tidebindering the Smuggler's Copter. This fades to 3. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to kill the Guide of Souls. And I guess I do that leaving Undercity Sewers and Soul Ring up. Not cycling and drawing Dismember is unfortunate. Unfortunate that I made the mistake. I still feel like I'm in decent shape here because I've got good answers to their threats and the Parallax Wave is just going to eventually go away. But we'll see how this progresses. Okay, beginning of combat. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually fine with that. If this dies right now, I can just cast it end of turn. So, I mean, they're the one who's under a bit of a clock here. What I want to know is if I should be casting Dismember end of turn. I kind of feel like I should. Especially if they're playing a creature. Skyclave. Okay, so let's go Dismember on Guide of Souls. See if they... Because I think it's pretty good to keep them at 2 life. So exile Hildebrand now. That's, I think, where I draw the line with Tidebinder. Tidebinder to Skyclave. Draw. Okay, and attacking with Hildebrand is pretty good. Let's see, do I attack with Colonnade? I don't think so. I think I'd rather attack with Hildebrand and... No, I guess they have a 4/4 Copter. So no, let's not attack with Hildebrand. Never mind. Land. Play Shieldred. Pass the turn here. They're going to Parallax Wave the Shieldred. And I will Caracas the Shieldred. And... Oh, do they have Get Lost? Oh, no, they have Cathar Commando. Okay. That doesn't bother me too much. You kind of have to do this now. Before you draw, I would advise. Oh, I see what's happening. They're fading those two, and then they're going to Cathar Commando. Yeah, the only issue with that is this Caracas. So are they just... And I also have this Colonnade too, so they kind of have to watch out for that. So for this to work, the trick is you target their opponent's creature with Parallax Wave, and then in response to that, you Cathar Commando it. And that way, the wave dies, it returns everything, but there's nothing because nothing's been exiled. And then it exiles everything forever to be gone. But the problem that they're facing now is I have a Caracas in play. So if they pop Cathar Commando now, I then Caracas the Shieldred. And I don't think that works quite as well for them. Okay. Okay, I guess I let that get destroyed. And then I Caracas it. And if they have Get Lost here, then they get to kill my Shieldred. All right, they did not. So now the Tidebinder's gone. And now the goat, Hildebrand Manderville, stays there flexing, blocking my opponent from killing me. And now they have to have an instant speed answer to Shieldred or they die, or a way to gain life. And they didn't have one on their upkeep, so they had to have drawn it or Copter into it. And if they attack with Smuggler's Copter, I can attack with Colonnade. It's even safer with a land, because then even if they kill Colonnade, I can play Shieldred after. Okay. Smuggler's Copter is getting in there. This ended up being a really interesting game. Obviously, I should have won by just cycling Triumph, but given that I didn't, battling through Parallax Wave every game to try to kill with Shieldred is pretty funny. Well, I guess I force-willed it. Oh, no, sorry. I force-willed to get lost in game 1, and then I never even outlasted the Parallax Wave. All right. 2-1. Unfortunately, that doesn't win us the draft. In the meantime, we still lost the draft, but I went 2-1. I did the best I could. Currency Converter, never passed that card. This was a solid deck. Not an amazing one, but a pretty solid one. Kind of interesting. Just Esper mid-range, Force of Will, One Ring. Shieldred was excellent. It's got its time and place for sure. Pretty decent Soul Ring deck. A bunch of 2-mana counters. That was nice. Swords. So yeah, a very solid, fair deck, and I think going 2-1 with it, pretty reasonable result. So that'll do it for this one. Hope you had a good time watching me use the One Ring. I think that card's pretty fun. And you know what? I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.